My name's Leah Hoover, and I'm here with Payne West Insurance at the Lynden Horse Expo. Payne West is an insurance company located in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. We're the third largest privately owned insurance company in the country. We work with over 600 companies, and I specialize in equine insurance. Everything from mortality and major medical to farm and ranch, boarding facilities, trainer's liability, farrier insurance, anything you can think of, I can insure it. I started equine insurance because I love the horse industry. I started riding when I was very young. I started riding when I was 6. I grew up 4-H, FFA, OSET. In college, I rode on the intercollegiate Oregon State team. We traveled all around the country to the East Coast, Kentucky, Ocala, Florida. I've seen all the big horse country. I've seen many large barns. Right now, I show my paint gelding in small open shows in Baker City, Oregon, where I'm located. You can reach me at paynewest.com or 541-361-1220. If you need any insurance advice or help with insurance, I'm here to help. It's something I love to do, and I'd love to be the one to protect your horse assets.
Good morning, I'm Mary Friend, and I own Majesty's Animal Nutrition. We make supplements for horses and for dogs in a wafer form. We developed this 10 years ago, and our joint supplement carries all of your joint supplements, which is your glucosamine, your chondroitin, your MSM, and yucca. We also have 5 other products. We carry a biotin for the hoof, an omega for the skin and coat, and a flex HA for your high performance horses. Our Buddy Bites are for your dog. They are all natural. They are made with rice flour and peanut butter. We make them in Redmond, Oregon. We own the manufacturing and the sales. We distribute through all your large online and Valley Vet, horse.com, Amazon, and we have a website that you can go to, which is www.majesties.com, and you can call us at 541-504-9800, and we would love to help you out. And this is the number 2 supplement right now in the country, and this is our Flex Wafer, and you give your horse 1 a day. The website again is www.majesties.com.
We are here at the Lynden Horse Expo. Monty Gertis is my guest, and he's got a booth there with all his fencing products, critter, fence, and more. Monty, tell us about this.
Well, I built fence for myself about 25 years ago and kind of enjoyed doing it, and I was kind of in the construction business and was looking for something different to do, and so I asked the local farm supply dealer if they had anybody putting up animal fences specifically, and they said no, but we sure get asked a lot, so that's how I kind of got started. And so since then I've been building what I call animal fences for exclusion or inclusion, all different types of animals for many years now, and have put up every type of fence imaginable that's on the market that people use.
I see things here from like chicken wire, some really wonderful fencing, some automatic openers and closers for gates. So you do almost anything, right?
Correct. And then I do some construction work like drainage for around barns and paddocks, and the gates these gates are kind of like a sideline business, but mostly horse fencing, and then all different types.
Now you're located where?
I'm in Mount Vernon, Washington, which is in Skagit County in western Washington.
So how big an area then do you cover?
Well, generally every year I work in about a 4-county area, but I've been as far as eastern Washington and east of the mountains and so forth like that. But most of it's in a 4-county area, King and Snohomish and Whatcom.
So if you're up in the northwest area of Washington, you definitely, if you need fencing, you want to get a hold of Monty and let him take care of you, because you've got you got different products, and you will pretty much custom what they need, right?
Yes, a lot of times people already know what they want. They've researched it, and I'll build what they want.
Well, that's the key,
yes,
you know,
exactly.
Because horse people do not get opinionated, right?
Generally, their opinions are pretty good. This is a great show because it's kind of a captive audience, and it's all horse people, and I am a horse owner also, so I can relate a lot, and it's just real enjoyable to talk to all these folks that are here.
Well, I've enjoyed meeting you, and you do some wonderful work. You've got some great reputation following you around.
Thank you.
Critter, Fence, and more. And Monty Gertis, and Monty, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
If you need fence in the Pacific Northwest, Monty's the guy to call. We're in Lynden. We're at the Lynden Horse and Draft Horse Expo.
Hello friends, Justin Odell here with Team Equine Saddle Pads. Saddle pads made in Oregon, made in the USA. High quality craftsmanship. If you love your horses, then you gotta ride Team Equine.
My guest right now, this fine Sunday morning, is Jesse. What's your last name, Jesse?
Johnson.
Jesse Johnson, and you are with the local county humane society. So what exactly is the name and what is the website?
It's Whatcom Humane Society, so it's whatcomhumane.org.
Okay, so you have a booth here, and tell us a little bit about your humane society. You got a friend with you too. Who's the friend out here?
This is my dog Bruce.
Bruce. Now, what type is Bruce?
He's a Rottweiler.
He's a Rottweiler. He's pretty good size. Hi, Bruce. Hi. Yeah, Bruce is. You can't quite see Bruce down here, but he's down here. And yeah, I know. Now he's panting. Got a little gray there too. So how old is Bruce?
Bruce is 5.
He's 5. Well, you're aging well there, Bruce. So tell us a little bit about the mission of the Humane Society here in the county.
Well, we're an open admission shelter, so we don't turn away any animals, which means we'll take anything. We've even gotten tarantulas and peacocks and stuff.
Tarantulas and peacocks?
Interesting, yes.
Yeah.
So there's a small animal shelter in town. They just built a new facility. It's on Division Street here in Bellingham, and it's a very nice facility. We're really lucky to have it. And then we also have a farm facility out in Everson, which is what I do. And that's where all of the horses go. We're one of the only humane society that takes livestock. So it's pretty cool.
So you work actually with the large animals, the horses?
Yes.
Yeah. So are you a horse person?
Yeah.
I knew that. I guessed that. So tell us a little bit about the facility and what you do out there when you get horses in, and how do you normally get them in?
There's a few different reasons. Some people will surrender them just because they simply can't afford them, or some life problem has come up where they just cannot keep the horse. Other reasons we get them are they'll be running loose as a stray animal and no one will come to claim them, which just kind of blows my mind, but it happens quite a lot. Or they'll be abandoned. So people will bring them to boarding facilities or pastures and drop them off thinking they'll be cared for and then just never come back. Again, it's probably because they can't afford them or something came up. And then the last thing is we do sometimes seize them for cruelty cases. If someone calls in and say, hey, I saw this horse, it's really skinny. We go in, the horse is in terrible condition, the owners aren't willing to do anything. We do seize them sometimes too.
So then you have to go through the courts and
Yes.
do all of the battling in the courts to get that to happen, right?
Yeah, that usually takes quite a while too.
Hey, we're here at the Lynden Horse Expo. It's Speaking of Horses, and Becky Tenges is my guest. Now, we had to travel all the way to northwest Washington, north of Seattle, to figure out that we only live about 50 miles apart. You're in Mequon, north of Milwaukee. I'm in Whitewater. But here we are. Now, what we want to talk about is what you're doing out here and what you do. So you're involved a lot with... well, one of the things you're involved with is the Masterson method, but you do a lot of stuff on your own as far as horse structure, and to just tell us a little bit about what it is you actually do.
Oh, sorry. So what I do with the Masterson method is to find and release tension in the horse, and we teach people to understand and read the horse's response to our touch. And all horses are athletes, and what we help people to learn how to do is to work with their horse to help them to improve performance. And it's a really great, it's a very rewarding method of body work. It's called equine performance body work. And so we teach around the world, frankly. Jim has written a book, and there's a companion DVD, and then we teach weekend courses and 5-day courses. So out here, I am one of the clinicians and demonstrating it, and it's a method of body work that we do with the horse. So we teach people to understand the horse's response to our touch. And as a herd and a prey animal, their inclination is to guard. And so if they experience pressure or threat, what's the first thing to try to do is flee. Well, we've got them in work, so they can't flee, and that's a bad thing if they flee. And so their second response is to brace. And so if you see a horse that is lame, that horse has been hurting for quite a while before it showed, because as a herd and a prey animal, it's survival. If they show that they're hurt, they'll either be culled by the herd because they might draw in the predator, or the predator will come get at them. So with this method of body work, it's very soft. I personally actually have fibromyalgia, and I can do this work because we're so soft. And the horse's body, when it gives away where the tension is, and with gentle touch and range of motion that we ask for in a relaxed state, the horse will actually blink in the location where it has stress. And so that blink is a neon sign for those of us that understand this method of body work. It's like right here. And so we stay soft and persist through as the horse goes through gyrations of, oh my gosh, you know where it is? And it's like, I know, it's okay, we'll find it. And then when they release, it's a series of things that we teach people to look for: a lick, a chew, a yawn, a snort, a sneeze, a full body shake. So it's really rewarding work because we're working with the horse, and it's a dialogue of sorts where they tell us with their central nervous system responses where the discomfort is and when it has been released, so we move on. So that's one of the things I do. Is I personally have a practice of doing this body work, and then I'm one of Jim's short list of instructors that he has. And then one thing led to another. So many horses have the back issues, and so I am inquisitive, and I wanted to understand, well, what's the source of the back issue? Well, perhaps it's the saddle. So I became certified with Saddle Fit for Life as an equine ergonomist, which means that I am trained to assess the human backside fit to the saddle and the saddle underneath side to the horse. And vast majority of saddles are probably fitting the human pretty well and not fitting the horse so well. And that ends up being the source of a lot of issues in back. Bucking horses are bucking because the panel is too long. And then the next thing I did is I got certified as a level 1 thermographer, and that led to getting a certification, an advanced certification in equine thermography. So we can pretty much see what the horse feels.
Hi, today I want to talk to you about a product I designed called Eco Green Grid. My product has a multitude of uses in landscaping, such as landscape pathways, parking areas, grassy drivable surfaces, roadways, but today I mostly want to emphasize its equestrian uses. Eco Green Grid can be used all around an equestrian facility, in stalls, in paddocks, outside of barn doors, in gate areas. It just has a multitude of uses in that area. The product is made from recycled plastic. It's TPO. It's made from recycled car bumpers. We produce the product in 3 foot by 4 foot layers. This is one layer. It comes on pallets of 504 square feet. So a pallet will cover a 42 by 12 foot area. You just lay the layer down over compacted gravel, and then you click the grid mat in like you see down here, and at that point you fill it up with gravel and compact it. The product comes on 3 foot by 4 foot layers. The way it's installed is you put down a layer of compacted gravel,
and then you put the grid mat down and click it all together and fill it up with half minus, and it becomes a permeable pavement. It works like a giant snowshoe, so it doesn't allow the ground to actuate anymore. So we've been here all weekend at the Lynden Horse Expo because this works so well for the equestrian industry and its mud control problem. Horses are giant blenders and they turn ground into mud. So our product solves that issue. My experience is in landscaping and ground maintenance, and when I started doing this, I found that there was a huge need for a mud control product. Okay, look us up at ecogreengrid.com. There's also install videos on my website in the gallery. So you guys all have a great day. Thank you.
So it's good to see, because I've seen a lot of them that have the babies that are hard to work with because we don't know quite what's going to happen. One of the things about teaching our resistance-free, and let's just have you dismount, Jim, is that when we work with our horses, the first thing we need to realize is that every one of them have some absolutes. The absolute starts with horses are prey animals. And because they're prey animals, the absolute is this. Their reactions to our actions are going to be the same. Now, whether I'm in Australia or I'm in South Africa, horses all react in the same way. One of them is, horses are reactionary animals, meaning as prey animals, the action creates a reaction. And the guarantee, trust me, that when this bear gets too stressed, she gets into that point where she can't hardly handle it. She goes from what we call a comfortable green zone to a yellow zone. Her reaction is flight. Now she can move her feet, move around. That's the thoroughbreds that Temple talks about. We see this animal kind of start to handle it. But the second we trap her or corner her or don't let her have that movement, the reaction will go into what we call the red zone, and she will try to escape if it means going through a door that's wide open.
So I want to now stop your horse, Miriam. Good. You did a good stop, but now you can back them up a little bit more. All right. Jump down for a second. Jump. What was that? Jump. That's the operative word, is jump. All right, so we're going to ride them forward. We'll bring them up, and I'll say, and hold, back up, back up, back up, back up, hurry up, back up. You missed the back up. Nope, get your face down. Good boy. Good boy. No, I didn't say go forward. I said back up. Stay. Good boy. All right, let him stand for a bit. Okay, good boy. See, as soon as I got that head up, you can back up better. All right, so elevating the shoulders up is going to release the tension and it's going to stop dragging himself. Okay. Better. Okay. You see that? Okay. Oh, well, that was horrible. That's all right. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Good boy. He's being kind of a drama king right now. Okay. Tossing his head around, chewing on his bit. There, so I didn't pick up the reins. He's still not back, but he stopped. That's nice. That was better. Good boy. Now I'm going to drive him right up into it. Again, round him out, get him straight, and hook. See how he's losing that right shoulder coming out. Good. All right. Bang, that was good. All right. Check out this side pass. That is all 4 feet crossing over. I don't know if you watched her when she crossed that tarp line right there.
All right, I gotta watch my timers now. All right, give her a hand. That's pretty kind of cagey. All right, now here's the old cowboy curtain, represent a bunch of brush and vines, and oh, look at this approach. You know what that horse is saying? That old farmer said, you know, we could go around this thing, you know. Now look at this. Now, she's getting it done. Right over the top. Not bad at all. People telling you doing a really nice job. Stick with it, cowboy. And we're looking for the horses to be very sure-footed, not hit the boards. The highest mark would be doing that at a lope, but she does a tight circle and a good job. Going right next to this paint horse, and it's a pretty paint horse. I like the way she's looking over her shoulder.